podcast in the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends.
what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage, episode 96. We're coming at you live. I'm here with Gilch. I'm here with Jay. And we're going to be talking AEW Dynamite. Now, Jay and Gilch, I'm going to lay some rules for you for the first hour of the show. And that is this. There's only 4 names not allowed on the first hour of the show. And it's the same 4 names that we didn't see on TV tonight, and we're probably not going to see on TV anytime soon, considering one of them got knocked the fuck out, one of them said way too much. And Jay, you shouldn't even be wearing that shirt. I should actually have a censor over it.
For the rest of my life, baby. All right.
That's cool.
It speaks the truth. It speaks the truth.
Well, we're not talking about him though until the end of the night. We're gonna keep it strictly AEW Dynamite, and at the end of the night, we're gonna get into it.
We're gonna need like a 3-minute, like at least like a 3 to 5 minute diatribe each if it's just going on.
Oh, maybe even more. But we'll see what happens. First, let's get back live to Dynamite. We're coming to you live from the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. The show starts off with a video of MJF showing us what happened a little bit. The devil is back. Hyping up the moment for the return of MJF to Dynamite. And then, of course, we see Tony Khan. He's not in the ring. This is obviously pre-recorded. They roll the footage. He thanks us for joining him on Dynamite, tries to welcome everybody. He said, we are forced to vacate the AEW World Championship. And we are forced to vacate the Trios Championship. So just like that, all the championships that have been won just on Sunday are now just deleted from history. It's not even spoken about the why, the what, the where, just that it is. It is over. These are now vacant championships. And he also goes on to say that the AEW Championship was the most prestigious belt in all of combat sports. What did you think about that line? I'm going to go to you first, Gilch. What did you think about that line? I'm sure that hit you a little bit.
Yeah, come on. You know me. Like I always lean. I've been leading AEW for a while, but the most things he says like this on public television, it's just like, come on, man. It's still a shot if you want to even say the word wrestling, and you go into combat sports like the world heavyweight title of boxing. Come on.
Yeah, UFC. Like, what are you saying right now? Why are you trying to throw yourself in that party? Jay, what did you think of that? I'm sure you have something to say about that.
I didn't think much of the line.
Okay.
I got a whole lot about the segment, though.
But what did you think when he said that the finals for the World Championship are going to take place at AEW Grand Slam in Flushing, Queens, New York, and we are Queens natives. I am as native Queens as it fucking gets. And the fact that we're going to see what I think we're going to see, and we'll talk about it very shortly because we're going to go right into what happened next, which was an MJF promo live from Buffalo, New York. The devil is back. First thing is first, who is excited to see MJF? He asks everyone. He says, last time you saw me, I might have said some offensive stuff, but we can all agree I didn't mean it. I was obviously just joking. I love AEW and I'll never leave this place. He even starts his own AEW chant. He says, I'm sorry, when I even called you all stupid marks. I didn't mean it. Without you, there is no MJF. It's about time to address the big, fat, stinky elephant in the room. He says, just kidding. We'll meet up after the show. Some woman in the audience who's obviously a fat, stinky elephant. But MJF still thinks she's gorgeous, and they're going to meet up after the show. As you know, the world title has been vacated, he goes on to say. The Tournament of Champions, the crown a new champion at Grand Slam. I'm not going to do that tournament because I already got a chip that guarantees me a title shot anytime I want, and Tony is paying me a boatload of money. Now listen, hear me out. There was once a wise Jewish man. His name started with M. He split the sea wide open, and he walked them all to the promised land. And no, I'm not talking about Moses, because I'm better than Moses. And I'm going to win that world title because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, because I'm better than you, and you know it! Jay, do you know it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not talk about Moxley coming out just yet. What did you think of this initial promo? Before he was rudely interrupted by a loser. A loser, because that's what Jon Moxley was on Sunday. The loser.
It was going great, but then you know what happened to greatness.
Yeah. Mox
Doesn't
comes
last.
out. He tells MJF that you're absolutely full of crap. You think I'm not being sincere in front of all these people in Buffalo, New York. And in front of all these fat, lard-ass people, MJF starts going off now, who starts now saying they have the worst football team in the history of the NFL. Josh Allen sucks, says MJF. MJF is just fucking going ham right now. He's absolutely going fucking ham in his Buffalo jersey. Gilch, I'm just going to go to you. What did you think of this whole thing with MJF and Moxley? I see you wearing the scarf, so I'm giving it to you, man. You're committed.
It was great. Of course it was great. I mean, it's the only thing that annoys me is he's going to have his moment, and they fucked it up. You know, I mean, this should have been him going over on Punk. The whole, like you said, we'll get into it later. I was excited and everything. I just thought it should have been like more impactful, and just nothing they did wrong. But it's just like lately they seem to find a way to kind of screw everything up, right? Like we talked about the momentum. Like everything they did was gold for a while. Gold. Every intro, every title change, and right now everything seems like what can go wrong will go wrong. So overall, I mean, I was pumped. I love it. I'll go. I'm not going to say 5 because he's had better ones. That's my only reasoning of giving the promo a 4.5 is he's had better ones. So that tells you how good I think everything is out of his mouth. I could go on and on all night, but
he's definitely had better
I'll pass
promos.
it over. Yeah, I'll pass it over to my bud Jay. So
all right, Jay, before you give us what you thought, I'll just finish off what Moxley was talking about, what MJF was talking about. Starts talking about how Josh Allen sucks. MJF, not sure if you're still woozy since you went to sleep on Sunday. That was the best line of the whole night right there. So some big monster flying here right now. I'm going to have to kill this thing in a moment. He's basically talking a lot of shit. He even goes on to say, MJF says, not sure if you're still woozy, all that. Maybe I don't care about AEW or any of these people. I look at the title as a bargaining chip for the bidding war of 2024. Maybe I take that title to a real wrestling company with real fans, real wrestlers like my friend and hero, the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes. I'm holding the mic. Keep your mouths shut. Maybe, just maybe, work for a real boss. Jolly old Saint Nick, the greatest wrestler of all time. And, just like me, I think he's the greatest of all time. The greatest wrestler of all time! My hero, my personal hero, the game! That's what's best for business. I love this. Moxley says this is not the time or place. I am in no mood. You need to leave this ring right now, or I will make you leave. MJF then goes to take off his shirt. He struggles to leave the ring. He struggles to take off the shirt. Mox says, your theme music sucks, by the way. I am in no mood, New York. I am pissed off about a great many things, but none more than the fact that I'm not standing here with the championship. That bill represents passion. It represents the fans' passion, wrestlers' passions. 3 letters represent heroes during the pandemic. AEW, the dream, the vision when we started this thing. When we wanted to show the world just what wrestling could be. Take the dark and ugly side of this business and let it die. That's what we wanted to do. It represents the freedom to let you be as great as you can dare to be. And this is the time to be a legend. Do you guys think, Jay, I'm going to go to you first. Do you think this was Jon Moxley's best promo?
No, it's the same as always. Dog shit.
Wow. Okay.
It's phony. I don't believe it. I hate it. This is like a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. I love Six Flags. I love doing El Toro. You know what happens when you go all the way up, when you have great things? It all comes down. And this is what happened in this segment right here. MJF was on fire. He was killing it with the game, as you quoted. That's what's best for business. The bidding war 2024, taking the belt. I love the whole thing. I was waiting for him to come out to stop all this babyface bullshit and just come out with the heel. And it worked perfectly. What happens? Jon Moxley comes out. This guy comes out, blah, 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 blah. And then he just easily walks away. I don't know. To me, it just fell flat here. Moxley takes over, treats AEW title, I don't know, like it's the fucking gold of the whole fucking world. I don't know. It's silly. It's ridiculous. Like, come on, bro. You guys been in business for 3-4 years. What the fuck? I don't need to hear all this shit. And, you know, I am excited for Grand Slam. I am excited for the finals. You know, but I am also scared that this guy will be in the finals. And when he's in the finals, dog shit match happens. So,
well,
I'm going to give it a 3.
I don't think we're going to see that.
MJF, listen, I'm going to give it a 3. MJF was doing his thing. It was going to a 5 to me until this piece of shit comes out and just kind of kills the whole fucking promo.
All right.
Can you guys hear me?
And I don't like MJF just walking just easily. Like, oh, I'll just walk away easily.
Yeah, I didn't
No
like
sense.
that. I think they
No sense.
I think they You're right, Jay. I think they overdo it with the him too much with the let's fight and then like
Yeah.
the ring no on my terms. Like they overdo it
Oh,
with that. But just to say like my 4.5 star on that thing, like I cut my
I was
promo.
there.
I cut my rating when Moxley came out. So my 4.5 does not count anything after.
If you noticed, what he was saying was being repetitive, and it was all about that belt, treating it like it's fucking gold. It was just becoming repetitive, just switching the words. There was nothing new.
Well, listen, he kept it. He kept it a little short, and the commentators were definitely trying to hype Moxley up to the best of their ability. They were saying, "This is I got goosebumps." Taz was really just sucking Moxley off on the commentary the last 6 minutes.
Can real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking this the whole time. Can you guys imagine Moxley MJF? Moxley wins it, and then MJF with the chip for the title. Can you imagine how bloody that match is going to be? You know, Moxley's going to cut himself. He's going to cut MJF wherever he'll let him. It's going to be a fucking.
I'm hoping we see Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. That's what I'm hoping for. Guevara, whatever. That's what Sammy versus Chris would be a great fucking match to see. And then
I don't like how the.
I think, in my opinion, guys, the future of the business right now is Sammy and MJF. So if you let Sammy get in this tournament, he wins his first AEW World Championship at Grand Slam. MJF comes out and fucking screws him. Wins
Savage
it.
It's unfair how they booking this whole tournament. I don't like it.
Would you be more satisfied with that outcome, though? Chris Jericho versus Sammy with MJF coming out and taking it off.
To be honest,
and then it sets up the perfect feud for the next year. Sammy and MJF.
Listen, no disrespect. I don't even want to see Sammy in this fucking tournament. I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay.
I think we could find 5 other wrestlers that could take his spot just like
Name 5 other wrestlers who are better than Sammy.
Why not put Wardlow in the tournament?
He's not better than Sammy, though. Not even close.
Oh, but you can't put Dax Harwood in the tournament?
He's a tag team guy. He even said it himself. He's a tag team guy.
Oh, wait, hold on. So we have double champions in this whole wrestling industry, but we can't have another double champion? I don't get it.
No, of course we can. Of course we can.
We can have a Jay Lethal. We have plenty of wrestlers.
Okay, not bad. Listen, man. I'm only going based off what actually is. You're talking about all this La La Land shit, and I'm talking about the guys that are actually in it. Out of Jericho, my question to you is this: out of Jericho, Bryan Danielson, Sammy, Darby, and Moxley, who is the guy you want to see MJF take the belt off of? That's what I want to know. That's my question to you, Gilch. Who do you want to see?
My answer's right here on my.
But CM Punk isn't in the match because CM Punk's a fucking idiot and decided to go on live TV and be a fucking idiot while eating fucking muffins.
Good. Strap him to his injury bed, roll him out. Let him
Yo, as far as I'm concerned, I hope I never fucking see CM Punk again.
I'm right behind you, bro.
Because I'm over it, bro. I'm over it.
I said it before
I'm over it, man. I'm over it.
I ain't never over it.
I'm over it.
He's done. Jay, he's done. You know it. Whether you love him or not, you know he's done.
He's $1 million mark, man. He's box office. He's $1 million bucks.
He'd be box office at home for the next fucking year. Whatever he does.
$1 million
and then I come back and get injured again, bro. He's done, bro. He's fucking worse than fucking Anthony Davis on the Lakers, bro. You talk about injury prone? Injury prone.
Right now, you're gonna right now the MJF era is gonna start. If I'm Tony Khan, while he's out rehabbing his injury, I don't even I slowly lose his number and I change mine.
Bro, dude, you fucking right now you push MJF to the moon, you push Sammy, you push Darby, push Miro, get a nice rotation of champions in there over the next 2-3 years.
No.
Yes. What do you mean no?
I don't like how this tournament is set up. I'm sorry. I don't think none of those wrestlers could have been there. We could have had a different way of doing this.
It's just a main problem.
Picking. I'll pick you.
You're right.
And I'll pick you. And Moxley, since you lost, I'll just use you.
Another thing that throws, these tournaments are just another thing that throws their whole fake record and ranking system out the window, and they only use it when they want to.
This guy is in love with fucking tournaments. I agree with you that every time some shit happens from either Thunder Rosa or CM Punk breaking his foot or whatever the fuck, right? They right away the first thing they do, I want to have a fucking tournament, tournament. And they just throw these people in there. Yes, it is repetitive. It is stupid. And it's very unoriginal.
We know who's going to win.
Yeah, it's predictable. It's predictable. It's predictable. You know, they're better off building up something to a pay-per-view event. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that we get to see what we're going to see at Arthur Ashe. But there's still 100 better ways to do it. But unfortunately, this is what it is. I like the fact that they didn't even mention Kenny's name. They didn't mention the Young Bucks name tonight, and they definitely didn't say the word CM Punk. Although we did, I'm sure you guys caught it. They did have one crazy fan that was trying his ass off to get that Punk chant started, and it just wasn't happening. Because people are over it, Jay. You are that one guy.
Are you done, man? Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Don't care. We don't care.
I'm done.
Right?
I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Now we're going to get into the AEW World Trios Championship match between Death Triangle, Best Friends, and Orange Cassidy. I'll make this quick, okay?
Please.
Danhausen trying to curse Jose, the assistant, and then he tries to curse Pac. Pac just kicks the shit out of him. Orange hits him with a suicide dive and the nice tornado DDT in the ring. Pac sold it very well. We get a cover and a kick out moments later. Chuck Taylor and Penta going at it. Penta with the backstabber. Penta and Ray with the sandwich on Chuck. Pin and a kick out. We are told we're getting the Grand Slam rematch. Swerve and Our Glory versus the Acclaim 2 at this exact moment. Big melee ensues. Pac takes out Orange. Then Orange takes out Pac. Then Penta takes out Orange again. Trent Beretta takes out Ray Phoenix. Nope, instead we get a double super kick from Ray and Penta. We also get the Code Red from Death Triangle, covering a kick out. We get the double pile driver from Best Friends after the Orange Punch, covering a kick out. Now it's all 6 men in the ring. Fans chanting, "This is awesome." Triple super kick from Death Triangle, followed by a triple Canadian Destroyer. Ray with the suicide dive to hold off Best Friends. Pac landing the Black Arrow, and Death Triangle are your new trios champions. Well-deserving champions, but I'm going to go to Jay on this. Go ahead. What was your rating? What'd you see?
Yeah, once again, what the fuck, man? Two teams we have here that are fighting for the belt. Why? Why these two teams? Why Best Friends and why Death Triangle? Not hating on both. I'm just making everybody think here right now on live TV. Just think about that for a second. Why these two teams? Penta starts off with that horrible gut kick that never just hit the gut, just hit the arm, That's how we started off. Cassidy doing this bunch, double hurricanranas and a hurricanrana here, then a Slumdog Millionaire on Pac, then a Tornado DDT on Pac, all the silly moves that we will always see from Best Friends. I'm not impressed here. I'm not impressed that these guys are fighting for the belt. I mean, what the fuck? What happened to Andrade? What happened to Rouge? I mean, what happened to all these other stars in the back? I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not hating. We all know who the champion, but I got one thing to say, man. I know. And Savage is probably going to tear my head off. But, you know, Penta and Pac did a super kick to Trent, right? Followed by Phoenix doing one of the most dangerous moves. And I know, Savage, you don't agree, but it's called the Pop Rocks. And you know who does the Pop Rocks? Roxanne Perez. And that's what she did last night in the 5-star match. But it seems that people like to take her finisher. And once again, we see it here. But nothing fancy to me, man. I'm going to just give it a 2. It was just too much silly shit going in and out of the ring. And that's where I stand. I give it also a 2 because of the fucking 2 teams fighting for the belt, man. What the fuck? You telling me there's no stars in the back?
Well, like I said earlier, bro, that move was invented in 1970 by some guy in Vietnam. Gilch, what did you...
You're always hating on the Pop Rocks.
What are you rating that match, Jay? What are you rating it?
Give it
2?
2.
And Gilch, what'd you see, man?
Yeah, 2. I mean, like you said, there was just a lot of shit all over the
Well, I give it to you. You just did it right there. When you yawned right there, that's a good, you know...
That was it. That's it.
Like, I expected more from that match. It was short and sweet, at least, but I think they fucking dropped the ball on the whole World Trio picture because they could have used this as an opportunity to build a good storyline and to build new factions and to set up all kinds of new matches for 2-3 months or something. Or whatever. Stretch it out till the next pay-per-view.
I got one thing to say, too.
It's like total disregard.
And listen, there was too much silly shit, but I don't like the finish either. I'm sorry. Why Death Triangle? Why not Best Friends? And I don't even like them, but why not them?
I actually thought that too. They haven't had titles yet. They haven't had titles yet. I agree with you.
The pandemic, they were holding that shit down with no fans.
This would have been Orange Cassidy's first title.
Give it to Death Triangle,
right? That would have been Orange Cassidy's first title. I don't think he's held a title before, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So this could have been a big night for him. Pac already has the All-Atlantic Championship. The only good news to this is, does this mean we're going to see Pac on TV more now that he's got 2 titles? Or is he going back to the bar and fucking...
I think this was probably the reason why they gave him the belt, so we could see him on TV.
Listen, if it leads to that, I'm okay with it, man. I'm really okay with it. The best news out of that match...
Savage, you got to admit, the finish was totally wrong and should have went to the other team.
I agree with you. I would have gave it to Orange Cassidy because Death Triangle doesn't need this. I don't mind it, but it makes sense if it means you're going to get this big star to actually stay in the States more. Because now he's got more gold, he's doing more work, making more money, doing more matches, whatever. I'm okay with that if that's the case. We get an interview now with the Dark Order. Andre, the assistant, comes out. He comes in with a contract saying Andrade wants you to work for him. Johnny Hungry interrupted by Andrade, who says, I don't want to talk to you, I want to talk to him. He's targeting 10 specifically. 10 is probably... well, Johnny Hungry's pretty good too. But who do you guys think is the best wrestler from Dark Order, if you have to pick one? Gilch, I'll go to you first. Since you're the AEW, you actually love AEW, so you might actually care about one of these guys.
Alex Reynolds.
Okay. And Jay, how about you?
Man, you know, I hate to say this name because I fucking hate him, man. I'm going to talk about it later. Hangman. Just on the Dark Order, man.
He's not. I don't even consider him part of the Dark Order. He's just like that friend.
Alex Reynolds, the Creative Pro Champion right now.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Their second belt. I forget if they call it TV or anything.
That's awesome. He's fighting that night, probably, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's fucking cool. I like it. Anyway, I love Andrade. So, but like Jay said, where was Rouge? Where was Andrade in this tournament tonight? Like, you know, no. There's no tournament. It's just a match.
I don't like how they're doing it.
I didn't like how they make it like a lower title than the AEW World Championship. They're like, oh, the World Championship gets a tournament, and this one just gets decided instantly right now tonight.
Yeah, they got to stop again. The ranking system. Just get rid of this thing because you contradict yourself every time you have one of these tournaments or like a vacation.
Yeah, your top 5.
Your
top 5 is what? Because they weren't available. All right, whatever. Man.
I don't like it, man.
Whatever, man. Now we're gonna get a match. We're gonna go right into it. Penelope Ford versus Toni Storm. There was a nice sequence to start the match. Penelope goes for the handshake, gets the cheap kick to the midsection. Moments later, Tony with the shotgun dropkick goes for the hip attack. Ford dodges, but does not dodge the next attack. Ford quickly turns it around, slamming Tony into the steel steps as we go to break. Back from break, we see Tony with a great counter to the Northern Light suplex, and Tony Storm rolls up Ford for the 1-2-3. Very quick match. I'd give it a 2 stars. I'd say I would maybe 1.5. Very lackluster. Wasn't impressive, really. I had no real interest in it. Jay, what'd you think?
I'm gonna give it a 1. I'm gonna tell you why. Man. Tony Storm comes out. There's no fucking pyro. I'm surprised that a AEW Women's Champion for the first time ever never got pyro.
Yeah.
She comes out. Nobody's cheering. The crowd is sitting down. Nobody's clapping. I'll give it to this. They both have great chemistry. I don't know how they pulled that off, but in the beginning of the match, they were clicking. Things were going. It was going smoothly. I like Ford with that cartwheel back elbow. I think Kelly invented that. Savage, if I'm wrong, please correct me. She used to do that move as well.
I'd be right about
but,
that.
you know, Ford also had that front face slam, which I like. So Ford was very impressive. I also like Kid Saban. I also like that. So I got to give it to that. But I don't like the champion. This was the worst person to give the belt. And we all saw it right here when Storm hit the shittiest DDT that we ever saw in our lives for the 1-2-3. And I was just like, what the fuck was that? It was flat. Everybody didn't even know. Everybody was like, wait, what the fuck? It's over?
Yeah.
It was weird. It was flat. It was a horrible DDT. She's the world champion, for God's sakes. And this match was just flat all around.
All right,
I'm just giving it a 1.
I think you're giving. You should have only gave it 1 minute if you were only giving it a 1. Now, Gilch, what'd you think? What'd you see?
Jay said he was surprised that they had chemistry. You know, like where'd that come from?
They did.
I wasn't surprised. You know why? Because fucking Penelope has chemistry every time she's in the ring with someone. All right, she is really good. All right, she's one of the girls. Yeah, she's right. She's the only star in the whole package. There, I believe. I agree with you. You know, she's one of the better wrestlers. I'm glad to see her back. I met her and Kip. What was it? 2 weeks ago at Wrestle Bash.
Nice.
And I told you, Kip, I was like, bro, when am I going to see you back in the ring? And he's like, I feel good. That's all.
Should have told him, when are we going to see you on Wrestling with Savage? God damn it!
I know. So,
I'll talk to him.
Yeah, so I mean, not seeing her in the ring for a long time, and then meeting her, I was kind of pumped for her, and they made her job out like that to Tony Storm with I don't even know what that finish was. Like, you know, that finish brings it.
It was a weak
scored down even more.
Weak finish. And to answer Jay's question, they didn't get pyro because they're in fucking Buffalo, and 98% of the businesses are out of business, and you can't get anything. Can't buy anything. They're in Buffalo. There's no pyro in Buffalo. Let's be honest. They stink.
Bro, she is becoming.
I don't even think the Bills get pyro. NFL team.
I'm freaking don't want to see this. She's becoming more horrible than Thunder Rosa. It's scary.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Go. What's up?
Quickly, I was actually hoping that either Britt or Jamie would have won the match the other night, because then that would have started like their rivalry.
Yeah.
Like, we see the rivalry starting, but how's the title getting into that picture? So I don't think.
Because I think they're going to push Jamie right now. Jamie's going to be your next title, and then Britt probably will take it off of her or something like that, and they'll go back and forth, hopefully, because Jamie's a killer in the ring. She's great.
Yes.
She's great. Now we get a video package. Angela Parker and Matt Menard cutting a promo on Hook and Action Johnson. You just want to walk into our world all willy-nilly? They're telling this Mr. Action Johnson. Oh, I believe he's like a food critic, right? He got a food channel, all kinds of stuff like that.
Hold on.
He's an entrepreneur.
He's a rapper. It's actually Action.
He's Bronson. Action Bronson.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Action
he's like
Bronson.
an entrepreneur, man.
Okay, so basically he's like a famous YouTube kind of guy, like that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's got a food
Yeah, he does
Netflix show.
everything,
He had
He's a TV
You
star.
would enjoy.
He
You would enjoy his series because him and his boys smoke weed and then they go and they eat different spots. That's the whole show it's about.
I've seen a few clips here and there of the internet. I've never actually watched the show. I might watch it now. It's pretty
And
cool that he's
obviously,
Queens
yeah.
too, right? He's a Queens guy.
Yep, he is. And
Yeah,
obviously,
flushing.
yeah,
Has he ever
obviously-
wrestled before though? Is he
No.
gonna wrestle
No.
now? He's gonna
No,
wrestle.
no. Yeah, in case our viewers don't know, he is the one who made that custom intro song for Hook.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so we're going to see that at Arthur Ashe. You're going to get to see Hook and Action Bronson versus Matt Menard and Angelo Parker, which is cool. I love Matt Menard and Angelo Parker. And so to see them actually in a match, I think they would be a great fucking tag team together. Let's see them start going after the tag team titles. Like, Jericho Appreciation Society needs to get in the gold.
Could have been
You know they're probably going to make Jericho the champ. God damn it. I can see it now.
They won't go that route.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you don't know what Tony's going to do. You don't know what Tony's going to do. Now we get a segment real quick from the Acclaim. They make their way to the ring, and I was hyped tonight because I saw a picture of Platinum Max. Shout out to Platinum Max, the best wrestler alive. At Best Wrestler Alive is his Instagram, and I love that that's his wrestling name. I can't wait till John Cena starts tagging him in some of his fucking posts because this kid deserves fame. He shows a picture of the mic tonight, says, hey, guess what I'm going to have tonight? And of course, I'm hyped because I love Max Caster. I'm like, he's going to rip it right now. But no, he gets cut off by Swerve, who says, oh, I'm sorry if you guys were here to hear more corny, stupid rap jokes from the Acclaimed. Fans start chanting, yes. Now they start chanting, asshole. Swerve says, I got a joke for y'all. Acclaimed as a tag team champions. Ha 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 ha. Starts laughing. He says, hold on, let me cut you off, Swerve Boy, says daddy ass. Billy Gunn says, I don't know if you're listening, but this ain't your house no more. This is daddy ass's house. And because of you, in 2 weeks, Arthur Ashe Stadium, Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory Part 2, your uncrowned champs are taking home the gold. I believe this was Bowen saying this, because everyone loves the Acclaim. So Max Caster didn't even... the only thing Max Caster said tonight was, yo, listen. That was it. Gilch, what'd you think of Swerve and the Acclaim, the rematch, the whole everything? How you feeling about this?
I actually really like this promo because it genuinely made me mad. I'm ready for the rap, and all of a sudden I hit Swerve, and I'm like, motherfucker, I wanted to hear that. Like, genuinely mad. And they were good. They had good back and forth in there. So I enjoyed the little promo piece there. I did.
And Jay, how about you, buddy?
I hate to say this. Like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I mean, this just keeps shocking me. I said Sunday, I'm gonna say it again. This was good. Everything was good about it. And I hate both teams with a passion. I'm not there to scissor anybody yet, but this is what happens when you have homegrown wrestlers and you put them in storylines and you start building the momentum and building the story, and it's working, and the crowd is into it. And you know what? I'm into it too. I'm dying to see this match. I told you this was the match of the night at All Out for me. There was nothing else over there. You know, I would put Punk second, but this is very exciting. So I'm going to give it a 3. This was good all around, and the crowd's into it. I'm into it as well.
I'm only giving it a 3 too because Max Caster got cut off. But Swerve was actually really good tonight. He had good chemistry with Bowens, good chemistry with Billy Gunn, good chemistry with Max Caster. The whole thing's working. And I like that he came out alone. Made him look strong. He's like, I don't need Keith Lee. I'll kick your ass right now because this is Swerve's house. All that bullshit he talks, you know? He's actually really good on the mic. Swerve's actually fucking growing on me.
Yes.
And it finally took him working with, you know, other talented people to really make it shine. And now he's shining right now. And if he does the job and he makes the Acclaim look good at Arthur Ashe, and like they should, they are the uncrowned champs right now because they're the number one merch sellers probably right now. They're probably fucking killing it. They have the most wins in tag team history. Man. They're killing it.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Dude, New York is gonna be on fucking fire because all his fans that follow him all over New York, because he's an independent killer right now. I've been following this guy now for ever since I met him, and I watch him. He's wrestling like every other day. He's somewhere doing something. So he's putting in the work, bro. And you better believe he's coming for John Cena's legacy. That's who he wants. He wants to be on that level.
I mean, Cena had. I mean, did you hear the interview with Cena? I know this being nice.
Cena's giving him props.
Giving him props.
Did you see Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins gave him props today. Today. Well, not him. The Acclaimed. Not just him. He gave the whole team props and Swerve, and Roxanne Perez. What's her name? Mako.
You know what that match also gave him? That match also gave him Twitter eyes from people who don't really watch wrestling, and they see Keith Lee up on his shoulders, and it's like, oh fuck, who's this guy?
Yeah.
WWE bound?
Yeah, who knows? We'll see, man. 2024 is going to be a crazy year. But right now, we're going to hear from Chris Jericho, and he's going to be with Sammy, who's with Tay, and of course, Anna Jay's there, and Tony Schiavone's going to be having the microphone while Chris Jericho's talking. He says, look at me, Tony. I'm better than everyone. 400 years ago, they were searching for the fountain of youth, and in 2022, Chris Jericho found it, and I'm drinking it in, baby. That's why I beat Bryan Danielson in his own game, because I am the best wrestler ever. I am the best sports entertainer ever. I am the BWC. Whatever that means, I don't even remember. Something like a BWC. Going to go on and become the world champion for the 8th time. I believed him when he said this. The 8th time. He wants to be the world champion for the 8th time. Legendary shit. GOAT shit. Chris Jericho is a fucking walking 5-star fucking segment. Anywhere in the building he goes. He's a instant 5-star the moment his face touches the fucking television, man. AEW is my company. This is my fucking locker room. And no one is ever taking that away from me. Ever. Ever. When it comes to JAS, I got two brothers. Spanish God taking on Darby Allin this Friday in the Tournament of Champions. Sammy says this Friday, Darby, your little turtle-loving ass is going to get beat. Chris says we don't like turtles. Chris says, my brother Danny is going to win tonight. I believe in you, but since you decided to leave us alone, we are going to leave you alone. You're going to do it without the JAS. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Sammy says. Look how sexy we look. Look at these abs. I love that too, because that's the only thing he said. Just, he's so oblivious to what's going on, he has to cut off Chris Jericho, who's the GOAT, to tell him how sexy they look. It's fantastic. 5-star fucking promo. These two motherfuckers, they're shining, man. They're shining really hard right now, especially that they don't have all these other fucking poisonous, fucking venomous, fucking self-narcissistic cocksuckers in the locker room anymore.
I have friends that, like me, attitude era babies, and they don't really watch anymore. And they'll see pictures, and they'll be like, Jericho's still there? Why? Like, he's old, he's slow, he's this and that. And I'm like, forget about what you see in the ring. He's just a walking machine.
Yeah.
He
is perfect. He is the greatest of all time, maybe, man. I have to maybe reevaluate my entire thinking on, like, who my top 3 guys of all time are. The longer Jericho goes, like, every minute he's on television doing anything at this level, it's beyond impressive. He's passing Undertaker any day now, no, in my opinion, I think. Like, as far as, like, longevity, right? How long was Taker in the game? 25 years? 30 years? What was it? 30?
I don't know what the final number was.
I think it was 30. I think it ended at 30. Jericho's going to be coming at 31 or 32 any day now. It's coming. Holy shit balls. And he's still going. And he's talking about, not even talking, man. He's competing for the world title. It's impressive. I don't know. You guys, what are you rating this, Gilch? Are you rating it? 4? And Jay, how about you?
Not rating it.
Okay, not rating it. That's cool. We're going to move on to the next match, which was Wardlow versus Tony Nese. Now, at first, when I heard about this match, I was super excited. I'm like, look at this. We get rid of 4 assholes, and all of a sudden, Tony Nese is getting TV time. I love it. But then I was like, oh my God, look who he's fighting, though. It's going to be a fucking squash match, isn't it? It's going to be a shit show fucking powerbomb symphony, and exactly like I thought, Wardlow, of course, gets his full entrance. Tony Nese is already in the ring. They don't even give him his entrance. I was hoping that this would be a real match, a real wrestling match. Tony looks absolutely incredible. And I know what kind of match he can deliver. So that's why I was hoping we would see a wrestling match. We get a nice taunt from Tony to kick things off. He starts jiggling Wardlow's chest to show him he's not as muscular as Tony Nese is. The premier athlete, Tony now with a headbutt. Gets hit from Wardlow hard. Now Wardlow with the signature clothesline. Wardlow pulls on the straps, powerbomb. Bullshit, here we go. Josh Wood saves Mark Sterling from catching a powerbomb. Wardlow grabs the mic, says, I've been hearing a lot of shit on the internet about Wardlow, that Wardlow's lost it, Wardlow should do this, Wardlow should do that. Well, let me tell you something. Wardlow is the TNT champion, and it's time to remind everyone in the business and all my fans since day one that this is Wardlow's world. Okay. Gilch, what'd you think of Wardlow's promo and match?
Match was more of the same, what we've seen.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what we've seen, I'm not even going to rate it. Promo, I don't know, didn't really get me going when he got hyped.
Not at all.
I'm not even going to rate it.
Okay. Jay?
I seen this before. There's a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's called Inception. It's one of my favorite movies, right?
Good
and
movie.
It's a part that Leo is basically trapped. He's stuck in limbo because he can't get out. And this is exactly a prime example of Wardlow stuck in limbo in
It's
AEW
pretty good.
because we don't know.
We don't know what to do
how
with
to
him.
end this old Goldberg chant. We don't know how to end the Wardlow chant. He comes out like Goldberg. He's undefeated. He's the champion. And not for nothing, this is Wardlow's world. Does not do it for me. It doesn't sell merch for me in my eyes. As a fan, I just can't buy a shirt that says this is Wardlow's world. This sounds stupid, like Wayne's World, right?
Yeah.
So this is the whole limbo.
Yeah.
And now, instead of trying to fix this and come up with a resolution, we do more of the silly shit. No rating.
I agree with you. It is fucking silly, and I hope they move on from it, but it doesn't look like that's the case anytime soon. Considering that they didn't even put him in the tournament, or even consider to put him in the tournament.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, but it is what it is.
We won't listen to this. Tell me if this makes sense. We won't put him in the tournament, but we'll give Pac 2 belts.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that for a second.
Sure. Listen, if CM Punk didn't get injured every 2 fucking minutes, maybe he'd have 6 belts right now. Tony probably would have just gave him everything. Made him the tag team champions, made him the trios champions, make him the world champion all in one fucking night.
But we'll get into that.
The greatest of all time. Yo, live on pay-per-view. No, this is what we're going to see in Christmas special. Live on pay-per-view. Tony Khan sucks CM Punk's cock off live on pay-per-view for $9.99. And it comes with a free t-shirt.
People are going to buy it.
Yeah, people will buy it.
They will buy it.
It's fucking pathetic. Let's move on to a video promo from Darby Allin. Says, we've been going at it since day one. I won't bring Sting. You don't bring anybody else. Do the same. Don't bring anyone. Let's have our one-on-one. And apparently they were fighting tonight. All right? The match, it might be happening right now, actually, as we're talking. Because Rampage, did they say it was live on Friday? Or is it like normal? Is it getting taped tonight?
It just said Friday. It just said Friday.
They've been doing it live lately, huh?
They're going to do it right now. They're probably doing the match right now.
I don't think it's live on Friday. I haven't heard anything. Usually they tell us if it's going to be live on Friday. But they need to start thinking about a 2-hour show on Friday.
Listen, here's the spoiler. Moxley won, guys. He's moving on to...
In my opinion, they need to go head-to-head with SmackDown, and that's the only way that you're going to be competition. You got to go head-to-head with SmackDown 8-10. That's the only way. Otherwise, don't talk any shit. Don't even say WWE's name if you don't want to go head-to-head with them.
This is kind of off topic, but I'm just going to end this saying, look, man, there's so many talented people that AEW has, and they could just mix it up, but they just don't want to do that, man.
All right, real quick, Gilch Jay, who's winning this match, Sammy or Darby? They might be battling right now live, man. Who's winning this match?
I could give 2 shits, man.
All right, you don't give a shit. Gilch, how about you?
I give 2 shits.
Hold on, let me flip a coin. Darby.
Okay, all right. I'm calling Sammy. I'm calling Sammy to win. I'm calling Sammy to win.
And let me tell everybody, my sources also said that me and Savage were there live, that Tony Khan doesn't care about his people, his wrestlers. He let Jeff Hardy almost kill himself. We saw that live. I mean, but hey, let's have this.
It is what it is, man. What are you going to do? Now we're going to get a match. Go ahead. What'd you want? I'm sorry, man. I don't want to cut you off.
I don't want to really take us in that far of a direction, but I was going to say, at least Malachi Black doesn't have to worry about this drama anymore.
Oh, no, he's done. He's getting paid to not give a fuck anymore, and he'll be in WWE probably in 90 days.
The second that non-compete is done, he's back.
Guarantee. Triple H, they already talked. Triple H said, yeah, 90, yeah, okay.
Deal's
We'll see.
done. Deal's done.
Real quick, let's bring this up because this was breaking news earlier today too. Pat McAfee will no longer be a full-time SmackDown commentator because he's joined the College Game Day cast. Probably got a crazy fucking deal out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he loves WWE. So the money must have been really good for him to walk away from what he has right now. Damn. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? And who do you want to see replace him on commentary? Are we bringing someone back maybe? Or are we hiring new blood?
Jay's hoping for Jim Ross.
Jim Ross making a comeback?
Shit.
Shit.
It's a big loss, but he'll be back. You know.
For sure. But this is gonna probably be a regular thing every year now.
It's a big loss for SmackDown, and if I know Fox, man, it's definitely gonna have to be Corey Graves doing double duty. So
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. What would you think about Wade Barrett getting the call? Wade Barrett, Michael Cole. No way, right?
Too early. Yeah.
How about bringing back Morello?
No.
No. All right.
That's a whole era, man.
All right. Now we're gonna get a match. Bryan Danielson.
Boxing. I don't know. I think of Showtime.
Let's get into the match real quick. Bryan Danielson with William Regal versus Hangman Adam Page. Wild Card Grand Slam Tournament of Champions. Show is now in the 9 o'clock hour. Hangman going for the handshake. I can't recall. Did they actually shake hands or did Bryan Danielson ignore him?
Nah, he waved it off.
He didn't want to, right? He didn't want to shake
like
hands.
that, right?
Yeah. He didn't want to shake his hand. Both men now lock up. Bryan with the shoulder block. Hangman eats it. Bryan taking Hangman to the corner. Gives him a stiff chop to break the count. Ref backs up, rolls out of the ring. To break the count by the ref, I'm sorry. He backs up, rolls out of the ring, walks away. He starts walking by the title that's on display. Now both men are back in the ring, trading chops. Seems like Hangman was, again, the best of this exchange. Bryan trying to lock up Hangman, stretch him out, nice stomps on the thighs, taking Hangman back to the corner, and a huge chop, nice kick. Now Hangman with his own big-time chops, chop fest, followed by a kick party by Bryan Danielson. Someone's got to replace the super kick party, so it's got to be Bryan Danielson. Kick after kick, chop, kick, chop, kick, chop, kick. Now an Irish whip countered by Hangman Page. Gets the boot up. Hangman with the springboard clothesline off the second rope. Hangman goes for the springboard diving attack. Bryan Danielson dodges, puts Hangman into the hammerlock, shoves him into the ring post, which takes us to break. Hangman then takes control with a fallaway slam off the top rope, now stays in control during the break. Back from both men, head to head, literally, and they start going for the chop fest yet again. They obviously are big fans of the Gunther and Sheamus match at the Clash of the Castle, or Clash at the Castle, but honestly they need to chop harder if they're trying to compete with that fucking match. Hangman with the backslide lands on his feet during a German attempt from Bryan, and now Hangman connects with a big sit-down powerbomb cover and a kick out. That sit-down powerbomb was nice, but it was a very weak cover. Hangman has Bryan on the top ropes, more chops. Bryan counters, slides through, sends Hangman into the Tree of Woe. Now even more kicks. Bryan Danielson, now the running drop kick to the face of Hangman. Now pops Hangman back up, hammer and anvil shots on the back of Hangman's neck. Danielson was eating clotheslines from Hangman, gives him forearms. Now Hangman lands the dead eye center of the ring. Nice cover and a kick out from Bryan. Hangman misses the moonsault. Now Bryan with a psycho knee sending Hangman to the ropes. Hangman rolls to the outside to avoid the cover. Now Bryan setting up for the suicide dive. Hangman catches him. Hangman with a powerbomb on the apron, hits the top rope, lands the moonsault, lands on his feet, rolls Bryan into the ring. Buckshot? I don't think so. Bryan counters with a tight roll-up and gets the 1, 2, 3. I thought it was actually an awesome match. A little overkill on some of the chopping and punching spots. But other than that, I thought it was an awesome match. I had fun. I'll give it a 4-star. I thought they did a good job. And they killed a lot of time. It was a long match.
Yes.
Gilch, I'll go to you first. What'd you see?
Too long for my liking.
Okay.
A little slow for my liking. A lot of technical prowess, okay, sure. That chop spot's a little overdone is an understatement. And I had expectations for the match. I'm gonna give it 2. They kind of bombed it.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be match of the night. That's what I was thinking. Jay's just like in shock.
I'm in shock that I'm listening to this bullshit that you're gonna tell everybody on live TV. No offense to Gilch, because you actually see something, but I can't believe you still gave that rating. But I can't believe, Savage, you're gonna make this. This was an awesome match here Are you fucking kidding me right now? What was so awesome about this match? Oh, let me get my notes here. Excuse me. What was here? Maybe this part was awesome. When Paige did that shitty power bomb on the ring apron, remember that? When he didn't even lift him, he just freaking threw him there. Oh, we didn't talk about that, right?
No.
Followed by that Miss Moonsault that hit absolutely nobody. Did we forget about that part? No, I guess.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson dodged it. He dodged it.
I guess everybody in Buffalo, including you, have amnesia and they don't know what the fuck they watching. We just think they're watching a superstar that loves to eat cowboy shit, and he is the fucking man in this whole dork order for the last 3 or 4 fucking years. What did he do to be in this tournament, please? Does anybody know? No. What? He's a former champion? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Why do we need to see this match? I even wrote to you guys on live.
Because he never got a rematch.
What was I saying on live? I said there is too much with the chopping and the kicking. The chopping and the kicking. The corner, the chopping and the kicking. Then we go into the picture. Then we go to commercial break. Then we go to commercial break and realize that they just put him in a chair and Danielson just kicked him in the face. What the fuck? What are we fucking watching here? It was repetitive on Bryanson. He was trying to carry this match and you just fucking cut it. I don't like it. I fucking hate this match, man. No rating.
Damn.
No.
Shit. Gills, what'd you rate it again? Did you rate it?
2-star.
2-star. So I'm probably just being super generous, right? I must be a Hangman fan.
I think I'm down to
You're
1.5.
Hangman
I think I'm down to 1.5 at this
Your
point.
shirt. Just wear your shirt and tell everybody.
I can't wear
that
that shirt anymore. I don't like the quality of it, to be honest with you. I'm very upset that I paid $41 for a shirt that had shit quality that shrinks the first time I wash it. Like, you know, fucking Tony Khan needs to do better on that goddamn AEW shop. They're charging all these stupid wrestling fans $35 for fucking t-shirts at live shows. These things are made out of fucking toilet paper, and they want to fucking charge $35 for shit that's made in, like, American sweatshops.
I gotta give it to them.
For 99 cents. Gilch, you know these t-shirts cost 99 cents to make, right? Like when you do it on a big level.
Yeah, it does, but check this out. Check this out. You order a shirt that's $24.99, and if you want a soft kind, they charge you like an extra $4.
Yeah, bro. Look at the
By the
AEW.
time I order, next thing I know, I have 3 t-shirts in my cart on AEW shop, and it's like total is like 101, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, and Gilch, you've probably given them a shit ton of fucking money that they don't fucking deserve, man. But you know what I mean? Like, there's guys like you that like they like this shirt. They don't give a fuck. They're paying full price. You go to the show, you see one of those limited shirts, you're buying it.
They got MJF.
And I am too, man. But it's not fair, bro. Times are tough out here, and I cannot believe, like, bro, when was it? Like, not even 10 years ago, these shirts were $20 at the live shows. Like, I don't know when it happened. All of a sudden, does WWE, they charge like $35 too for some fucking shirts too, don't they? Those motherfuckers.
It's just price of cotton's probably up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure it is.
Price of cotton's up. Right?
One of our viewers has a question. Deep Rot says MJF is coming to WWE. He named the game in his promo with Moxley. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh man, we actually covered this a little while ago. If you're watching on YouTube, you could rewind. What's my thoughts on this specifically, though? I'll give it to you real quick. It's incredible the fact that he mentioned Triple H's name on an AEW program. He didn't actually say Triple H. He said the game, but we all know who he's talking about. He's talking about Triple H, the guy who's currently running WWE, which right now has been a superior product since his, job change. And he just got promoted again. So while CM Punk's sitting at home, Kenny Omega is fucking getting in trouble over stupidity.
No, I want to answer that.
Go. Answer it.
I just want to say my whole perspective on this is, look, it's a shoot promo. He's a very intelligent man. He knows what he's doing. He's cutting all these lines with the bidding war, the 2024, the money, dropping the game, the quotes. He's just playing both sides, but he's also playing for himself. So it's very intelligent of him, and I like what he's doing. And the fact that Tony Khan is really letting him do this just makes you realize he's a fucking mark. So think of it like that.
Well, not even that. Like, I think it's the same deal. Tony paid him, and now MJF has his money. He can do and say whatever the fuck he wants, because what's Tony gonna do? Not use him? He's paying him. He's gonna use him.
Listen, we started the show with a fucking mark, and that's how it is.
Bryan Danielson wins the match. He goes outside, and they have a moment where they give him ring time, or camera time, I should say, where it's him and the championship belt, and he's staring at it. Logically, he might be the most logical choice for the next AEW champion, though. Because marquee name-wise, he probably is the more popular wrestler out of all the people in the tournament, with the exception of maybe Chris Jericho. Who do you really want to see win this? Let's say it comes down to Jericho and Bryan Danielson.
I give that answer, but answer one question to me. I get confused because I'm thinking Money in the Bank. The chip cash-in isn't the same as Money in the Bank, right?
Yes, exact same. He can cash in whenever he wants.
During a match, after a match?
Anytime, 24 hours a day.
All right, so he's definitely leaving Grand Slam with the title. That I'm sure of.
But who's he taking off of?
I think Moxley, because why else would they do that little promo tonight, right? I don't know. I think so. I know. Jay puts his head down. So do I. I'm not saying I want that. It's like, Jesus Christ. But I don't know.
I don't think to make Moxley a 3-time champion and then he loses it immediately again. To me, I think that actually makes him look weaker. You're better off screwing someone who can sell it better. Who can sell getting screwed better than Chris Jericho? I just see it. In my opinion, I'm calling Chris Jericho to be the 8-time world champion and then immediately get screwed from MJF. I would like to see Sammy, but I don't think that. I think they're gonna give it to Jericho. He's got the star power too.
This may be off topic, but this is my whole thing about tonight. They also did it with Danielson when he came out. They're talking about be a 7-time champ, 8-time. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, now we're combining all the titles you ever won in any federation, whether it's WWE or Ring of Honor, this or that. I don't like that shit, man. So what's the point of the fucking record? Oh, now he's going to be a 7-time champ. If I was new and a fan and I was just changing channels, I would really think this guy has been 7-time champion. But in reality, just one.
Hey, Deep, man, thanks for the chat. We appreciate you. And yeah, I like the fact that a lot of these guys have the freedom on the mic. And I think MJF is one of those guys that has the freedom on the mic. That he can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And Jericho, too. I'm pretty sure Jericho, and at this point, Moxley as well, can probably get away with fucking murder. Because it looks like Tony loves Moxley. That's the way I look at it. The way Moxley's been treated. He's been treated like a god, bro. Look how good he's made Moxley look as far as like winning and kicking people's asses. He lets Moxley like kick everyone's ass, bro.
Moxley does not look good, man.
I'm not saying he looks good. He lets him look good as far as like booking goes. Like, how are we booking you tonight? Yeah, well, it's whatever. Real quick, man. Hold on, Jay. Hold on.
Top star, you're desperate.
Hold on. Let's get through Dynamite. We're gonna have plenty of time to talk about all this bullshit after. But we got Jungle Boy. He says, "Go get your surgery." But when you get back, he's talking to Christian now. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He's talking to Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus, I didn't even know, apparently is getting surgery. He says, go get your surgery, but I'm going to take years off of your life when you come back. It's funny that you used to carry me to the ring, but I carried you for years. Even when everyone said you were a liability and a joke. And it all out, a giant anchor was released from my ankles. Sometimes you can move on from your past, but sometimes you have to destroy it. Geltr, I'll go to you first. What did you think of Jungle Boy's promo? What are you rating it? Are you rating it?
No, I'm not rating it.
Garbage?
Garbage.
Pass?
Hard pass.
Hard pass to Jay.
Listen, put the anchor on, back on Jungle Boy, throw him over the bridge. Because we're just giving him the ball and he keeps dropping every time. No rating. Please, get him off TV. Get him on the list. Put him on the list. Put him on the list.
I'll give it a 1. I'll give it a 1 star because it wasn't live. Because if it was live, it wouldn't have been as good as what he did. That was not live.
Something.
That was edited.
They got to do something off the wall to kind of like revitalize this guy's career here. Maybe make him a heel. Put him in MJF's faction now. I mean, like something. I don't know.
I'll let Savage really think about this. Savage, we did the NXT show. I told you that Carmelo Hayes was out, and what did he do when he did announcing? Absolutely nothing. And this is what Jungle Boy did here in this video package. Absolutely nothing.
I can agree with that, man. I can agree with that. Real quick, they're going to tell us about all the matches that are coming up at Dynamite Rampage. You have Claudio versus Dax Hardwood, which you see the picture right there. Next week, you're going to get Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson at AEW. Then we're going to get Jon Moxley versus the winner of Sammy or Darby Allin next week on Dynamite. And then we're going to get a promo real quick from Stokely. He's with Ethan Page, Morrissey, the Ass Boys. I can't even remember this other loser's name. Sammy Kiss or Sonny Kiss, right?
What?
Yeah,
What are you talking about, man?
the guy. What do you mean? Stokely came out tonight with Ethan Page, the Ass Boys, John Morrissey, and one other guy. Who's the other guy?
Lee Moriarty.
That's Lee Moriarty?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Savage. I did like a triple take. I rewound it a second because when I saw first colored hair and like a thin black
Lee
person,
Moriarty.
Is that from Private Party?
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's another guy, bro. He had a goatee and thinking Private Party.
Yeah,
This guy didn't have one.
I don't know, man.
He fought Grissom for the ROH belt.
Well, Stokely comes out. He tries to an AEW like producer or production assistant, somebody. They try to come off and cut off Stokely from talking. Stokely then grabs him and says, "When I have the mic in my hand, give me the same respect you would give your own father." And then we see everyone begin to beat down this poor man. Fans were chanting "asshole." So I mean, we didn't really get much. Stokely was just talking about how he was the king of the casino ladder match or some shit like that.
And you see, that's the fucking problem. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when this show started, what did it say? We will hear from Stokely, right? All this fucking time they were doing these commercials and coming back. Don't worry, folks. Turn somebody. We'll hear from Stokely. And then I was really excited to hear if this fraction was going to connect with MJF and whatever. And what did they do? This ridiculous shit, man. No, I didn't like this. It's false advertising.
To me,
Am I right?
Wouldn't it have been better if MJF just came out and fucking wrestled and won the match?
It would have been nice if Stokely explained what the fuck he was doing.
Well, my point is, if it's not gonna intertwine from pay-per-view to Dynamite storyline wise, then why even have it happen like that? Why not have MJF come out, make his return, have a fucking match, win the fucking chip, and be done with it, and make him look good in the process?
Why promote a clown show? For that, I'll just watch Jungle Boy's video package again.
Yeah, you can catch him on YouTube, bro.
I'm alright, man.
Gilcher, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this?
So I hated it. I love the potential of the faction. I really think they may book these guys. MJF to win the world title. Stokely, one of the best valets out there. Gun Club tag titles. Watch them build up Morrissey to take the TNT title off Wardlow. I guarantee you they're going to stack these guys. They're going to make this like a monster.
And Moriarty could take ROH.
Yep. Ethan Page will be in the ROH stuff. Maybe even they'll put some
I'd like to see Ethan Page get the title off Wardlow. And fuck that. Fucking let Morrissey go after the world title.
See Morrissey go after the world.
I was just looking size-wise, yeah.
I'd put Morrissey in the world title picture next year.
It'd be easier to take the belt off Morrissey off the TNT. Think about it.
Yeah.
Wardlow,
Morrissey. Well, dude, if he has a whole faction, though, they can screw Wardlow. It doesn't matter who wins it.
Think about it. Wardlow's first loss is Morrissey, so it's a valid loss.
Yep,
it's not like he's like a not valid loss. So
and through all that,
makes sense.
Yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of shady wins through all that, a lot of dusty finishes.
Yeah, but we all know Tony Khan is not booking Wardlow to lose clean to anybody. Like, not for a long, maybe not for 5 years. He'll lose, but he's not losing clean. There's no way.
I'd rather see Jada carry that trophy. I don't want to see Wardlow carry that.
I can agree with that. But
Morrissey beats him when Ethan Page, interferes.
Like I said, I'm giving the Jungle Boy promo a 1 star because this is how they should film his promos, behind the scenes, edited, because it's the only way it's going to sound and look decent at all. But yeah, I'm good with Jungle Boy. If there's no Luchasaurus, I don't need Jungle Boy. Those two go together, or not at all. So don't give me one without the other. Then we're going to get a promo real quick, video package from Claudio and Dax Hardwood saying that, what was he saying? They're going to have a match. Claudio is going to defend the Ring of Honor World Championship against Dax Hardwood. Is that what's happening? Does anybody care about that?
Looks like it.
Poor Dax. I mean, we know Dax is losing this match.
Why not put him in the tournament, but we put him in this. Look at this.
Where the fuck is Where's not that Hangman? Where's Adam Cole?
You see, I knew it.
Where's Adam Cole? Where's Adam Cole?
Let me tell you something.
Baby.
He's done, man.
If you would have put the world title on Adam Cole right there, and he never gets hurt, none of this would be an issue because he'd be holding his fucking title the whole time.
And maybe Kyle O'Reilly doesn't get hurt, and Bobby Fish is still there. Kyle O'Reilly.
He's already doing his show in September.
Bobby Fish is going to WWE, isn't he?
I don't think anytime soon.
No,
Talking about
Not
going to
good
WWE.
as a single. Not good as a single.
Just to throw something out there, talking about going back to WWE. Braun Strowman goes back to WWE. The next day, I look at my bank account and I have an automatic refund from Control Your Narrative, $340 for 2 VIP tickets.
Yeah, because they have to, bro. It's false advertising. You bought the tickets under the assumption that you were going to see the Monster Among Men, but the Monster Among Men is going to be on SmackDown and Raw.
It was him and EC3, meet and greet photos. And then
That's why you got the refund, because you ain't going to get the meet or greet. They should have contacted you and said, listen, do you want like a partial refund? We'll give you back $300. You only got to pay $10 to meet EC3 and $10 for the show.
If they would have told me like $40 for the show, I would have been like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
The fraction still works.
Well, you know what? They figured they're going to give you the fucking refund because then it makes them look good. And worst case, you can always go back to their website and buy tickets again if you really want to go that fucking bad. They'd rather not deal with a problem like, oh, you guys told me that I was going to see Braun Strowman. And, they're not dealing with that at all.
I don't want to see a guy that...
No, it was thinking about seeing Braun Strowman in Brooklyn. Just did something.
You got to admit, though, that's a good look for this company, though. They're not out to screw people or make money. They want you to have a good time and enjoy the product. And if they can't deliver what they advertise to you, they're not even going to bother. They're just going to give you your money back, man. Other people wouldn't even do that. You go there and you'd be like, who the fuck is this guy that they're paying $5 to be here? And you're paying $300 for VIP. Here's your VIP.
Yeah.
Some guy you don't even know.
And the funniest thing is, when he came back, he tripped. It was the funniest thing, man. Why would I pay $300 to see a guy that trips?
Yeah, that's true. He just tripped. Yep, you're right. He went down hard on Monday Night Raw, running around the ring to do the shoulder tackle on Otis through the announce table. He busted his ass, but he did get up immediately and continue to send Otis through the barricade. Now we're going to get a match that will be coming up. It's going to be the main event of Dynamite. I didn't think this should have been the main event. I think Bryan Danielson and Hangman should have been the main event because that's the world title picture, and you should have had things happening and, coming out like... There should have been more storytelling in the main event of Dynamite that had to do with the World Championship title. Like, who gives a fuck about Ring of Honor after the fucking weekend we just had? You just did your premiere show where you traded championships again, and now you've deleted the champion from fucking history, and the closing moment of tonight is going to be about Ring of Honor. It just doesn't make sense. You just had, like, the biggest moment in your company's... Like, more people are talking about your company right now because of what just happened on Sunday than in your whole company's history. And you don't take advantage of it. You instead, you just give Ring of Honor all the fucking credit at the end of the night. The Ring of Honor pure champion. I don't know. I didn't like it. I have a bunch of notes for this match, but honestly, I don't even need to read it because all there was a bunch of chops, a bunch of punches, and there was a gut wrench sequence that, for like 5 minutes, they're just sitting there German suplexing each other, backdropping each other, and not letting go. You have a submission from Wheeler Yuta. You have these crazy pin attempts from Wheeler Yuta. End of the day, Daniel Garcia put on his big boy pants and kicked this motherfucker's ass. He wouldn't give up with the Dragon Tamer, and I love that name, Dragon Tamer. We also got to see a rapper come out to rap for Daniel Garcia. I believe his name was West Side Gun, rapping for the opening of the match, and Daniel Garcia went on to win. Garcia wins with the Dragon Tamer after the third time. Wheeler Yuta tried to grab Garcia's head and choke him, but eventually he just had to tap out because Garcia did have this thing locked in, and I'll say that. It was locked in very deep. It looked very good. It looked very painful, very convincing. Garcia is your winner, man. He's your new Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Champion. Bryan Danielson even came down to the ring. We get the ticker tape parade with the red paper going on. Celebration begins. Wheeler then shoves Bryan Danielson out of the way and decides to shake Daniel Garcia's hand first. Then Bryan Danielson rips the title from Daniel Garcia and tells him to turn around. And we see Bryan Danielson take the title and wrap it around the waist of Daniel Garcia, and this is a special moment for Ring of Honor fans because Bryan Danielson was a Ring of Honor Pure Champion, so now he's like passing the torch on to him. And the best part of the night, another 5-star moment, is when Chris Jericho comes out after Garcia wins. You see them shaking hands, Daniel Garcia with his hero Bryan Danielson, and then all of a sudden, Jericho puppy eyes. Chris Jericho comes down the ramp and has this look of just unbelievable betrayal. How could Daniel Garcia do this to him? How could Daniel Garcia celebrate with Bryan Danielson? How could he do that to Jericho? Jericho looks like he's about to cry. He looks like he's about to... This was the best facial expression that I've ever seen on my life on wrestling television. Like, holy shit. He looked so sad, but he could not cry because gods don't have tears. That's what Chris Jericho is right now. He is a wrestling god, and he ended the show. The last face you saw on Dynamite was not Daniel Garcia. It was not Hangman Adam Page. It was not CM Punk. It was not Wardlow or anybody else. It was Chris Jericho. And also, real quick, before I pass it to Gilch on your thoughts on the match and all that, did you notice at the beginning of the night that they completely changed the opening to Dynamite to not include Kenny, to not include the Bucks, to not include CM Punk? And now it's so updated that they even had the video of MJF with his return at All Out. That's how I knew that it was updated, because they had that as part of the intro now. The Bucks and Punk have been just deleted, bro. They've been Matt Hardy'd.
I should have looked for that. You know what happens? Sometimes like I won't watch it right away. I'll wait till it's like 30 minutes in, and I'll open it on DVR, and I'll fast forward through the intro. So obviously I didn't see the intro. But
you'll see it next week. They got a new one though.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the match though?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I'm just so happy that Daniel Garcia is actually getting a solo run. From something I didn't have expectations for going into, it surprised me it was better than it was, because like you said, like you're putting the ROH title on your main event with Dynamite after the pay-per-view you just had. I was like, but then like the wrestling fan in me just enjoyed the match. Like I said, I'm just happy that Garcia's getting this single.
He had a big moment in Buffalo tonight, career-changing moment, and what a career he's had so far. And to get to work with Chris Jericho, to get to work with Bryan Danielson, you know what I mean? It's got to be what a thrill. Jay, what'd you see in this match? What'd you rate it?
No, I was seeing the same thing. I think the best part of this match was when the bell rang and it was over. That was the best part of this match for me, because this match was absolutely shit. You're going to put Weeder Useless versus Daniel No Character Garcia in your main event in AEW Dynamite. And this is a prime example of Tony Khan being a fucking fanboy and doesn't know how to book. But we're going to put these two characters and we're going to let them do a bunch of German suplex for us for I don't know what, 6 minutes, guys? I don't know.
Dude, that was like a fucking long spot. There was like 12 German suplexes.
And we're gonna have the little silly shit. No, I'm gonna slap you. No, you slap me.
Yo,
Slap you.
thank you.
So bad.
I didn't even say it. I was gonna say it. I have it in my notes.
There was a bunch of silly shit, but overall, I'm just glad it's over. There's no rating for me on this piece of shit. Jericho could come out and try to save the day with his facials, but it didn't do it for me.
Listen, the match was like a 2, but Chris Jericho coming out, that was a 5-star again. He's an instant 5-star walking machine. But that spot that you were talking about, yeah, that was a shitty slap fest that was so unnecessary. But I guess, like Tony said, we are the premier combat sports league now, right?
Now we slap. Slap each other.
This is the premier. This is the premier combat sports league. The most serious business in the world. My God, imagine you're Conor McGregor and you get a whiff of this. Conor will come by a front row ticket. He will jump in the ring and he'll drop 10 people before they fucking take him away.
Anybody TV spot during the main event of this match just beat AEW, because this was shit. It did not deliver.
It didn't deliver at all. Absolutely not. This is going to deliver about as much as...
Just 200,000 viewers, yo.
This is going to deliver about as much as the fucking... Anderson Silva versus... what's his fucking name? Nick... Paul? right? Or Nick, whatever the fuck his name is.
Logan
Paul's brother. What's his name?
Jake
Nick Paul? Jake Paul. There you go.
Paul.
Jake fucking Paul versus Anderson Silva. All right? It's going to deliver about as much as that will. I feel bad for Anderson Silva. He's about to get knocked out by a fucking noob.
Maybe.
Guaranteed. He's going to get knocked out. He's mad old, bro. He cannot go. It's over for his ass, man. He's getting fucking knocked the fuck out. This white boy's not fucking around over there. He's training every day, hitting the bags. He's getting ready to knock out legend after legend. Old legends. He won't go after a young legend. You won't see him take on the current UFC. If the current UFC champion right now told him, I'll fight you tomorrow, you think he's taking that fight?
I don't know, man.
No way. Okay, so now is the part of the show where, yes, Gilch, I'll go to you first. I'm sure you have a ton to say. Sunday night, Tony Khan, CM Punk. Go ahead. What did you see in that scrum? They kept calling it a scrum, right? Is that a scrum?
Totally
scrum. Fucking scrum.
Just look. You can. I mean, the memes that are being pulled from facial expressions of Tony Khan while CM Punk was talking, it was just like, what? I tell you what, some of these scrums have become better than like the matches. Like I'm gonna start like watching now after the pay-per-view because it's like real life drama. You're like, wait, is this a shoot? Is this not? And like I said, it's better than some of the storylines and matches that are actually on the card. So, what a fucking mess. That's all I'll say.
So what are your thoughts on CM Punk as of right now? Like, do you agree that it was okay for him to do this? Because initially, when I first saw it on Raw, when me and Jay spoke about it, I told him initially that I thought this was a disgrace. Like, as far as like, Punk is an older legend, right? He should know how to behave better, bro.
You're supposed to be, at this point in your career, you're no longer the guy who drops pipe bombs, on TV with reporters.
Not even that, bro. You shouldn't let this shit get to you like that.
Yeah, come on, dude. It's 20 years later. Like, you're supposed to be the grizzly veteran, like the anchor of the locker room. And it's like, what?
I told you, remember, I think it was on Tuesday or Monday, I said, yo, half the locker room, legit, I had heard, half the AEW locker room threatened to, like, quit if they didn't strip the title or fire him or do something. They had to do something to make amends. So the people were not having it, man. They were sick of this shit. They're like, that's not the way you handle business, man. He just shitted on so many people in 10, 15 minutes. Granted, if it's the truth or not, that's not the way you go about it, bro. You're supposed to be the world champion. You're supposed to set an example. You're up there drinking seltzer, eating cupcakes, talking shit about like stuff that happened 20 years ago, like Gilch mentioned. What are you doing, bro? You look like a fucking clown, man. And Jay, you look like a clown wearing that shirt. I'm never wearing it again. I'm done with Punk, man. I'm done. The more I think about it, Kenny and Nick.
Talking about
Kenny, Nick, and Matt, that's a different story. That's a different story. They're idiots on another level.
Is it my turn to talk?
Go for it, man.
I gotta listen to more of the silly stuff.
Go for it.
Listen.
Punk should have known better.
All the people that watch it are gonna just put the 100 emojis. They're gonna put that 100 emoji sign right now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is. CM Punk, Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, AC, anybody involved, all parties involved. Listen. If there's business, don't air it out on social media. Don't air it out in the media scrum. Don't air it out, no matter how. Just handle that shit in the back like grown folks. All right? I think everybody could agree, even you and Gilch could say the same thing. Keep it behind closed doors. Try to have a media air it out. For God's sakes, you are EVPs. You understand what an EV fucking P is?
No, they don't. They don't.
They
think they do. They think they do.
You do not listen when a guy is throwing a rant, and I agree, Savage. He went a little over the top, but he was speaking facts and he was speaking the truth. So I don't agree with you completely. But he went on a rant. What you do not do is after the guy goes on a rant, go knock in his locker room and confront him. Let him cool off. Talk to him the next time you guys are traveling or whatever to the next show, and then have a conversation. Make it with Tony Khan and everything. But this was handled improperly because these guys are not EVPs, and you do not handle business like that. This could be a reason why Cody decided, you know what, I'm out of this shit. I can't be presented well here. I'm presented with fucking clowns. Now look how he's presented. Like what? A fucking top star, right? it's not about, oh, you shouldn't say this and say that. Look, he went extreme. You shouldn't have gone extreme. You should have kept it, behind closed doors. You don't throw it out in the media. You fucked up. Tony Khan's expression was priceless. He looked like a little dork, like a little fanboy that didn't know what the fuck to do. He should have done something. I'm sorry. At that moment, you really have to just cut it off. Like, okay, folks, I think that's it. It's time to wrap up. But,
honestly, that whole thing wasn't even fucking needed. Punk, if Tony Khan knew Punk was in that kind of fucking mindset, which I don't know.
First of all,
I think Tony looked like he was blindsided by all this shit. Because Punk looked like he was in another, it was like the Twilight Zone,
Gilch. By the fucking reporter. I was blindsided by the reporter saying Colt Cabana's name. That blindsided.
Well, the fact that they're even letting it looks like they're just letting random wrestling journalists in here. Like, people, like, I feel like I could get in this press conference. I'll be like, yes, Savage from Wrestling with Savage, Punk. Like, who are these people that are asking him questions? Obviously, Dave Meltzer's there. We know. He's a loser.
I don't know what was there.
What do you know? There's no actual media.
No.
What they call this media scrum.
What media scrum?
It's about wrestling. It's not sports. It's not sports entertainment. How do you feel you lost?
They don't give a shit.
Out of character. This does more to hurt the business than it does to help it.
100%, man. Like, the way Punk was talking, it's like you just pulled the curtains on everything and just exposed all these people that are in the locker room right now. It's not like they're not there. They're in the locker room right now.
I gotta ask Gil a question.
You're sitting there, you're ripping on Kenny, you're ripping on Nick, you're ripping on Matt, you're ripping on Hangman, you're ripping on Colt Cabana. You just ripped on 5 people in less than 5 minutes while you're eating cupcakes after you just won the AEW World Championship. That's the only thing you should be talking about. The only thing CM Punk should be talking. Let me finish. The only thing CM Punk should have been talking about after that fucking match was MJF and how he was gonna just kick his fucking skinny little Jewish ass. He should have went in on MJF, not fucking Colt Cabana, not fucking the Elite. And not Hangman Adam Page. Like, who gives a fuck? You're supposed to be above them, bro. That's why you have the title on your fucking shoulder. Because you're supposed to be above them. That's all I gotta say.
You're 1,000% right on his actions. But again, Tony Khan gives him this vehicle, this retarded media scrum thing. And this is what happens, because they're not media there. They're random guys running blogs and podcasts that think they could ask a controversial question. If this was a real media scrum, they wouldn't put guys on the spot like this and everything else. So, like I said, this whole scrum thing is just nonsense.
It's unnecessary, and it just makes it look bad. Go, Jay.
He's a Young Bucks fan. He's a Kenny Omega fan. So this is my question to Gil. Now, I heard the rant thing. You shouldn't have done that. I agree. Talk about the title, MJF. I get all that. Put that aside for a second. Now, real thing. Everything he said, do you agree what he said, everything about those 3 of your favorite EVPs, I'll say?
Probably, because
okay.
I think that they were absolutely crucial and integral to starting AEW, and some people don't. Yeah, I think they were.
Do you agree?
And I think wait, one second. I think they were given EVP because of that. They started the company. They had no idea what to do as an EVP. Probably still don't. So they run around with this title and whatever the title gives them power, but they don't really know the job. That's what it seems to me.
And do you agree that Page went into solo business for himself on live TV?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Let me ask you this, Gilch. Do you think Page can redeem himself one day? Or is it over for him?
I think that's it.
I think he's just dumb, man. He's just, like you just said, Savage, yesterday. He's just fucking, like, dumb, man. How do you do that?
Turned him from Hangman to a cowboy to, like, we don't know, like, what the fuck he is anymore.
He's gonna need some time, man. Time, like I told Jay yesterday, time heals all wounds.
So professional, man.
But at the end of the day, obviously, what Punk did was stupid wrong, because look at the consequences. Look at the consequences. You did what you did. These idiots come to your locker room. Now you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself. You knock out one of them, and now you're all fucked by association. And the guy over there even bit Kenny Omega. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, what kind of wild shit did you idiots do? You got Matt Jackson, who was it? Nick, right? Nick is knocked out. Think about the visual. Nick Jackson's knocked out on the fucking floor. Punk probably just fucking laid him the fuck out. Matt Jackson's probably like getting fucking tight because that's his brother. Then you have fucking Kenny Omega probably just talking nonstop to the point where this guy just attacked him and bit him. Because I could see Kenny won't shut up. He'll just sit there and like that. And this guy probably fucking bit him in the nose or something. Something happened bad to Kenny for him not to be to get fucked like this.
This is bad, and it's all on Tony Khan. It's not even on Punk. You know why this is bad now? Because now
it's your
people
show.
are seeing this and they're like,
it's your show.
I don't want to come here. You know what? I'm Johnny Gargano. I made the right decision. Look what's going on over there. I don't want to be part of that.
And then the guy you just signed. Look at MJF.
I'm out of here.
MJF just said to everyone that watches your show that WWE is the better wrestling company. They have better management.
Like that.
They have better wrestlers. He even said they have better wrestlers.
You know what's funny? That part of the Splice voicemail I thought was cool in that segment. If you think about it, it might not have been the real voicemail. They had him say what he said, but I think if you think about it, it was probably true. He didn't make him sign an extension. He's still going to be a free agent in 24. He probably, if I had to take a guess, the dollar amount that was blacked out was probably $1 million. I mean, the top stars get like $3 million.
Probably $1 million a year or $2 million a year. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $2 million a year.
1.5.
Yeah, we'll find that money out eventually. We'll find out what he made. I'm sure he's getting taken care of. In order for him to come back the way he came back, he's getting his money
without forcing him to.
How much merch is on AEW shop right now? If you type in MJF, I'm sure it's loaded. Stacked back.
I get a shirt.
Yeah. MJF's the man, though. He's the only thing holding this company together right now, in my opinion. The only thing that's even making me remotely interested. Because other than that, it's Jericho and a couple of guys.
I want to give a shout out, and I don't like him as a wrestler. I know Jay hates him. I know we all hate him. I don't want to say Moxley has put the company on his back because I don't really love his work, but I just want to give him a shout out for working as hard as he's fucking worked lately.
He was supposed to be on vacation tonight, but because of all these idiots on Sunday, they had to call in Moxley to even come do this fucking show. And he didn't say no. He got on a fucking plane and got his ass over there and did his fucking job. So at the end of the day, yes, Skilch, I will give credit to Jon Moxley for doing the work. At the end of the day, it's a job and you have to show up, you have to punch in, you have to clock in, clock out. And he has shown up every time. Maybe he cuts himself too much. Maybe his matches are repetitive. Maybe he tries too hard to be that new hardcore legend. It's hard to replace guys like Mick Foley and Cactus Jack and Terry Funk and all these hardcore legends. You're not just trying to replace bums. You're trying to replace legends. It's hard to do. And he's trying, though.
This guy is not a legend.
He's trying, though. He's traveling. He's on the independents. It's not like he's just showing up at Dynamites and pay-per-views. This guy's traveling around the country, and he's cutting his fucking head open with people. He can only become
the hardcore legend if he takes the GCW.
He's working Gilch
in a death match, and he kills Nick Gage in the match. That makes him a hardcore legend. I think that's anything short of that.
He is working with pizza delivery drivers and garbage men across the country that, are independent wrestlers. Think about that now. You're a world champion, two-time world champion, former Shield member, WWE superstar, guy who's getting paid millions of dollars. He is in the streets, driving in cars, wrestling with normal human fucking beings on a regular fucking basis. At the end of the day, you may not like his matches, you may not like his promos, but you have to respect the work ethic.
I will never respect this.
Then you're a piece of shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose or whatever the fuck you want to call him. No.
Oh, you can call him Jonathan. That's what MJF
He
called
is
him.
not
Called him Jonathan tonight. He said, hi, Jonathan.
Very funk. Please stop.
All right. Okay. What else is there to talk about? I mean, we covered it all, I think, for AEW.
Well, I think just this whole thing just made AEW fucking toilet. That's what I think. I think the company now is a fucking toilet. If I want to take a shit, all I gotta do is just find it. Let's face it, this whole medium scrum this unprofessionalism by all four people, including a producer that likes to bite people in the chest, fucked everything up. And I'm shocked that Tony Khan, as he was reading his cue cards, because he's just a fucking fanboy, he's reading there. I was shocked that he even vacated the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. I figured he wouldn't, because he's just a fucking fanboy. So I figured he'd let him keep his belts and just punish Punk. But instead he punished everybody. I'm shocked by it. And look, it just fucked up everybody's storyline. I'll even give you examples. How about this? It fucked up the storyline between Orange Cassidy and Pac. Everybody forgot it.
What do you mean? Dude, it fucked up Kenny Omega's fucking return, bro.
Hold on.
To me, I'm more upset about that than anything else.
Top stars. You're thinking of top stars, but there's more people that got affected along the barrier. And
of course.
You don't see it like that, but I see it like that.
No, of course people are getting fucked. But here's the thing, Jay. At the same time that people are getting fucked,
we're not going to see it.
People are going to get bumped too right now, Jay, because of the fact that four big superstars... Hold on, let me just say this one thing. The fact that these four big superstars are now no longer there, and in my opinion, Gilch probably ain't going to be a fan of this, but if Kenny Omega never comes back, that might bother me. But I'm good if the Young Bucks never come back. I had enough of the Young Bucks. I think they have shitty attitudes, and I feel like they're detrimental to the success of a lot of superstars in that locker room. My whole thing is this, one quick point. I actually think this is a chance now, an opportunity for AEW to reinvent itself and rebrand itself around the stars they have right now as MJF,
Tony
Sammy.
doesn't have that in him. Tony doesn't
You're
have
right.
Well,
You're right.
For the last 3 years, he's all about the new shiny toy, the new shiny toy, the new shiny toy. All of a sudden, the toys aren't as shiny as more that are out there to grab. Maybe, I hope so. I hope this is the whole MJF, the faction thing. Me, I love it, but I just got a bad feeling he's not going to give anybody what they want.
Listen, man, it's just bad because even if you put MJF strap, right? Who can he make money with? Nobody.
Nah, there's some guys he can make money with.
Nah, not
Why? He can make money with Bryan Danielson.
I'm talking.
He can make money with Chris Jericho. He can make
Jericho
money with Jericho.
again,
He can make money with Kenny Omega in 9 months if Kenny Omega comes back.
Dinner in a movie.
Adam Cole.
No.
Adam Cole? No? Miro?
Yes. You can't have two heels fighting.
Pac?
Fighting now.
Penta, Ray Phoenix. There's a bunch of guys that can fight. Yeah, why not?
The guy that did the gut kicking.
Dax Hardwood. You can make money with Dax.
Adam Cole's a good name because he's a heel, but he's like a Cheers heel.
Let's see if Adam Cole ever gets past fucking concussion protocol ever again. Anyway, I don't even fucking know. I'm so pissed off.
He'll be in ROH in a week.
All right, are you guys watching SmackDown?
Man,
for Braun Strowman and Solo. We're going to get Solo Sikoa, new member of the Bloodline, on TV. And, of course, Braun Strowman, the ultimate monster among men.
Another trip, another botch.
Any interest?
No, I don't expect Solo to do anything. So
Rampage, we get Sammy versus Darby. At least that might be a good match. Has a chance.
If you want to be entertained, that's probably going to be good entertainment.
I think Sammy versus Darby is still going to be a good match. Jay just hates on these guys that are good,
No, sorry, folks. I just seen this match over and over and over and over. So it's, you could rewind and go back to the.
But they've all been good.
But would you rather see that or Death Triangle versus Best Friends?
I don't want to see none of them. Why we can't see wrestlers like Hobbs or Ricky Starks? All these wrestlers that didn't show up. If you're desperate. An emergency call.
Where was Hobbs and Ricky Starks tonight?
Exactly.
Why are you not picking up on the storylines that you left off in the pay-per-view? What the fuck, man?
Where's Jade?
Yeah, no Jade Cargill. Never represented on Dynamite. What else? There was other people that we were missing for sure. FTR was definitely not there. They had a video segment, but they weren't in the building. Nowhere to be found.
Samoa Joe, I won't come out.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, another guy, right? You're making it a Ring of Honor night. You don't have Samoa Joe in the house at all. Jay Lethal's not in the house.
Where's Claudio?
On a picture, letting you know he's fighting Dax Hardwood for the Ring of Honor.
Exactly. Where's Claudio? Where's this? Where's that?
What are you gonna do, man? Tony Khan's not perfect, man. Anyway, man, that's Dynamite.
Yeah, no, listen, man.
That's Dynamite.
It's just the fact is, man, that they have homegrown stars there. And look, I hate to say this, but I'll give you an example. The Acclaimed, homegrown stars that you can make into stars. I don't understand.
Well, that's what they're trying to do right now. That's probably the only fucking thing.
That's happening.
That's the only thing that they're fucking doing right now. Let's see what happens at Grand Slam on that night. Listen, to me, at the end of the night, I'm going to be honest with you. Tonight, Dynamite for me was a 5-star. Why? Because I'm going to Grand Slam, and I'm going to get to see two of my favorite fucking entities, the Acclaimed and MJF, and they're going to be walking out with the gold the same night that I'm in the building. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about anything else, man. I'm so fucking hyped that we get to see Platinum Max and Bowens finally get the gold, bro. Nah, you just said it was good, bro.
Doing our intro.
You just said it was good.
0.
Yeah, right.
I'll say,
0 motherfuckers.
The reports from what went on in that scrum were so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So much shit back and forth in the course of 24 hours that up until tonight, when Tony said he's vacating those titles, I still actually wasn't sure if it wasn't a work, a shoot. Like I said, this is so crazy. This can't be real. It's so fucking crazy.
Nah, man. I found out yesterday. I talked to somebody, and this guy told me half the locker room straight up threatened Tony to walk out if he didn't do something like serious.
Listen, in the end, you know what? If let's say all three of them are booted, all right? Yeah, you lose 3 wrestlers, 3 TV guys. Kenny Omega, maybe the best wrestler in the world, but you know what? You take 3 EVP titles away from guys who aren't EVPs. They're wrestlers with EVP titles as rewards for starting the company, and bring in 3 wrestling people. So maybe in the end, this ends up being a good thing for Tony Khan.
It's just so scary how the similarities between AEW and bad WCW are. Like, you know, letting the fucking inmates run the asylum. Like, you know what I mean? It's bad. It never works out well. Especially when guys have their own special interests. Like the Bucks want to be perceived a certain way, and they only care about themselves and their immediate clique. Kenny, same thing. Obviously, Kenny is in his. I think Kenny Omega's in his own universe, in my mind. I think he's actually insane. Just for him to be the way he is, he has to be absolutely bonkers. He's a maniac. But that's why I love him. I think he's a maniac for this business. He lives it, he eats it, he dreams it, he shits it. So out of all 4 guys, to me, if you have to say this though, CM Punk, Bucks, Kenny Omega, only one of them's coming back, ever. Who is it? Who is it, Gilch? Who's the one guy you're saying bring back?
It's funny because I'm going to say there's no question, yet the guy next to me is going to say the total opposite. There's no question it's Omega. No question.
Kenny. Hands down. For me, same thing. Kenny Omega. Jay, one guy out of those 4 to come back. Who is it? Of course. You're the Mark. You're the real Mark.
Kenny Omega will never sell out 7,000. Please. Give me the fucking break, man. Please.
Maybe, but he'll give me better entertainment.
CM Punk in 2022 is not selling anywhere near 70,000 seats.
Listen, we all know that when Punk comes back, he'll never be champion.
How many nights was Punk on Dynamite where it didn't even get 1 million views, Gilch? You know what I mean? There were so many times Punk was on Dynamite where they still didn't crack 1 million.
They need ratings, bro. Even if they want to fire his ass, they need
ratings. Yeah, but the ratings only last while there's something to watch. And in my opinion, the storylines that Punk has been involved with in the last 6 months, I'm not wrong about this. They've all been pretty fucking subpar. Like, the story between him and Moxley was fucking terrible.
This was a bad show.
The storyline between him and Hangman was terrible, leading up to the world title. It was all bad. It was all bad. There was no good memories of CM Punk in 2022. Name. Go ahead. What was your favorite CM Punk match? What, Moxley? Come on, man. Give me a break. Shit was terrible.
I'm never saying he had the best match of all time in AEW. I'm just saying that they're all going to come back, but he'll never be champion again. You need him for ratings, especially in this crucial time. I'm sorry. You need him.
You're not wrong that they need him, but I don't think they should. I don't think they should.
It don't matter. They need him. Need him and let his contract finish and fire him like fucking JR. Get rid of their asses. Boom. Contract's over. All right, get the fuck out.
If CM Punk does come back, Gilch, how would you book him?
Book him mid.
I don't think you can.
Or book him with top stars and make him lose.
I don't think you can book him mid. I can't see that. And you know what? It's not going to work because like it is everywhere else. He's not. They're going to tell him that he's not in the world title picture, and he's going to take his ball and go home.
He's going to cry, bro. He's a fucking crybaby, man. That's my biggest takeaway from CM Punk this year. I used to be on the CM Punk bandwagon. I used to support him during the 7 years. I supported him when he got knocked out by Mickey Rourke, or whoever the fuck that was. Mickey Regalo, whatever.
Why we can't book him mid if he was booked mid when he came?
I think there's a better chance. I think there's a better chance that he's at next WrestleMania than he's booked mid in AEW.
Because in his mind, he can't. In his mind, he wants full control, bro. He wants too many things. He wants power of what's going to happen to his character. He wants to be presented a certain way. He wants to say what he wants to say. He wants to cut close to the collar. Like Punk's whole thing this year has been, let's blur the lines of reality. Let's fuck with people so they don't know if this is real or not, you know? I'm over
it. The day Cody walked out at WrestleMania, Punk's been jerking off to that date the entire time.
Yo, Cody took all of Punk's momentum and took it to fucking WrestleMania with him, god damn it. Yo, you believe with this guy? Yo, Gilch, listen to this. Let's close the show on this. Jay believes that Cody Rhodes, his babyface run is over. He really thinks Cody Rhodes is over now. He thinks
he's over. It is over.
He believes that.
Now.
So
it's absolutely over. I don't need him to come back in WWE. I don't care if you fix your tour price, you do this or that. I don't give a shit anymore. Go home with your baby girl. She's beautiful. She needs a father. We have the #1 future babyface that we ever seen in entire lives. NXT Grand Slam champion Johnny Wrestling, aka Johnny Gargano. One of the premier baby faces that we ever had in this whole company. A Shawn Michaels worker, his protege, trained by Shawn. What more can you want?
I know what I want. I want a guy that sells more merch than a guy does in 9 years. Johnny Gargano in 9 years, Cody sold more merch. Cody sold more merch in 1 fucking week. Shut your ass up.
I'm sorry if we don't have a big machine behind Johnny Gargano, just like Cody does. I'm sorry.
Not only do I think Cody's face run is over, I think his run ended a while ago. Like his second, maybe like his second Raw appearance when you heard the crowd noise piped in like you never heard before. It was nonsensical crowd noise from different spots, and I was like, "What?" Like,
so you don't think that Hell in the Cell is going to carry over?
Now it's making me go back and watch the WrestleMania vids a million times, and I think it was piped in noise through the roof for him.
I'm not going to deny that.
I don't think the fans care.
I'm not going to deny that. But do you think the Hell in the Cell moment won't carry over at all? Any weight?
I lost momentum.
Yeah, I think the injury took the momentum out of it. I really did.
I guess we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be an interesting 2023. We have a hell of a few months left of professional wrestling. It's been a hell of a year. This is year 1 of Wrestling with Savage. We're closing in on episode 100. You're going to watch episode 97 on Friday, SmackDown, Rampage, and then we'll be back Monday, Tuesday. You know the deal. Greek, Savage, he doesn't take any nights off. We'll see who's here with us on Friday night. Shout out to Gelch and Jay for being here with us. Thank you very much. It's been a fucking great show. I actually had a good time tonight. I had more fun on this show than watching Dynamite. Maybe you did too. Catch us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Discord, Spotify, wrestlingwithsavage.com. New merch coming soon. Shout out to my cousin Dave. We'll see you at Grand Slam. Everybody have a good night. Peace out.
Podcast.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends